The drinks are flowing and the artwork will soon be showing. Hey, everybody, my name is Mark Walters of BigFanboy.com. Welcome. Raise a glass. You are here for Comic Art Live, courtesy of ComicArtFans.com. We are very happy to have you with us today. We're going to start another awesome panel, and hopefully you guys are staying tuned. If you want a complete list of panels, go to ComicArtFans.com and click on the Comic Art Live tab at the top. At this point in time, it is my great pleasure. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to introduce to you three very talented individuals. Let's bring them on. First and foremost, Helena Masellis. I said Helen because my mom's name is Helen. Helena Masellis, all the way from there. Is she there? There she is. Hey.
Hi.
And next up, we got Casey Parsons. Casey, are you there?
Hi. Yes, I'm here.
There is Casey Parsons. And last but not least, Gerald Parel. Let's bring him on. Everybody raise a glass. And Gerald, we might be having some trouble with Gerald. Hang on a second.
Come on.
He got up a second ago, but I know he's with us, so he'll be on in a second. And I want to throw out a big shout out to Kirby's Comic Art, KirbyComicArt.com. If you guys want to check out more from these individuals, you can do so there, and we'll be giving them some plugs throughout the show. Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing this. It's awesome to have you here. We were talking earlier about everybody's kind of like, Casey, you're on Eastern time. Helena, you said it's about 9 o'clock for you, so it's getting late, but we appreciate you being here, and it's nice to have you with us.
So it's okay.
Very, very cool. Yeah. Kirby'sComicArt.com for more information about all three of these fine folks, and they're going to be doing some artwork live while we talk. So I'm just going to kind of be, conducting some interviews here, talking to you guys about what you do, sort of your background and whatnot. And then periodically throughout, we'll take a look and see what you guys are working on. So we're going to have fun with it. And again, everybody's got a drink, so everybody's hopefully doing well with that. I also want to say a special thank you to everybody that is watching Comic Art Live. We appreciate you guys being here. If you would please spread the word on social media, we would appreciate it. That would be great. So, Helena, let's start with you.
Oh, no.
You ready? So I want to talk
ready.
We'll talk about the easy stuff first. Like, what was your background? How did you get interested in doing artwork, and specifically this type of artwork? And, let's talk about how that all started.
Okay, just a question. Can I turn the camera so people can see what I'm drawing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So, the second. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Wait.
Look at that.
That's the wine. Okay. So, I actually don't know. Like, I've always drawn, so I think that's it. I mean, I actually wanted to study microbiology, but like changing nation and continent and language was kind of hard to just like get from one language to another and just go into science. So I just like, okay, what's the second best thing I know how to do? And went into art school. So that's it.
Fantastic. So you knew at a young age that art was pretty much a big interest for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my mother just like gave me stuff to draw and just like told me to have fun. So that's what I did.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How did you kind of get into the comic side of things? When did that start?
Oh, I think it was like just after high school, like 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like went into like helping and being an assistant for other artists, and just like started from there. Just like not into actual comic school, but like just working right on the field, just like inking like backgrounds and just helping, really. Like I wanted to learn and they needed help, so that's it.
Yeah. Now, just to kind of give people an idea of what is going on here, can you talk a little bit about the utensils that you're using, the paper that you're using? Tell us kind of all about this piece in particular and what's going on here.
Okay, so I'm drawing Red Sonja, which is a Dynamite character, which is like really cool. I don't know why she wears coins, but I mean, that's fantasy, I think. I don't know. And this is like full-on Posca and Tempera. This is my Mary. And they're like super covering and super materic, and I really enjoy these tools. Unipostcards are like, I don't know, children tools. Like,
Hmm.
I know I used them as a kid, like just having fun with them, but they are super expensive. I don't know why. So just like I've been gifted a box of Unipostcards, and they're almost like everything I use right now. Like they're super cool and super covering.
Do you like to do a lot of mixed media? Like, do you, instead of just sticking to one form of like pen or paint or whatever, do you like to kind of mix things together? Do you feel like it gives you a better result that way?
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly like into having fun, so I don't want it to feel like a job. I just want it to be fun and to enjoy what I'm doing. So if what I'm doing is also like a job, that's just an added thing.
Hey, there's Gerald. He's back with us. So, hey, Gerald.
Yeah, but
Welcome
wait a
back.
second.
Casey, let's go to you next. What are you working on right now? Are you able to show us, or do you want to give us? You want to give you a little more time?
I can switch my camera. It's okay.
Okay.
Just a sec.
So I'm doing a Red 22. They're ahead of me, these two. We all decided to start Red Tony a bit early, so I'm just thinking I don't know why we chose it. Like Helena says, it's full of coins.
So
Yeah, why sure? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have like I don't know. Why sure in coins? There's no reason for it.
I always thought it was just kind of like extra large chainmail, but I guess it does look a lot like coins. So, yeah, maybe these are the coins. She's stolen these coins from people she's killed. I don't know.
I was wondering that too. Maybe these are like treasures that she just wears part of the treasure she gets. I don't know.
Now, Casey, did I read correctly that you have run a comic book store, your own comic book store? Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's almost how I came back into doing this.
Yeah.
So around 2013, I worked for the comic store when I was in high school, and I stayed good friends with the owner. He was a brilliant man and good friend. And he suddenly passed away in 2013. So me and a couple of friends decided to reopen the shop, like keep it going. So we moved locations and just totally redid the store. And I was doing fine art at the time, so like I was just doing some of these comic illustrations on the side, just kind of for myself for fun. Like I was always into comics and things, and I drew comics in high school as well. But I got into fine art for years, and so I've been trying to bring that into the comic world now. But opening that shop is what got me back into doing comic illustration and getting introduced to comic artists. And I found like I went to Sheridan College in Oakville, and ended up reconnecting with a lot of my classmates because a lot of them are into the comic world now. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, Casey, you're working on a sketch cover. How do you find the differences, maybe more challenging or less challenging or whatever in between, when you're working on, say, a sketch cover versus just like a regular piece of paper, doing a sketch on a regular piece of paper? Is it more confining? Is it less confining? What do you find on that?
There are some challenges. If it's the only, like I have a few red Sony, so if I mess this up, I could, probably put another one out. So I'm safe that way, but that's not the case on all sketch covers. Like sometimes they're hard to get. So there's that issue, like you don't want to mess this cover up. And then the other issue is the paper that these covers are usually printed on, and they're terrible most of the time. Yeah. I mean, they just feel like a heavy Bristol or something, but a lot of times, like this marker will smudge right off of it, or they'll warp if you get them too wet, or the paper will dissolve on you, or it'll soak through. I mean, sometimes it's like drawing on like glass or something. Like some of them are terrible. But so there's those challenges, and then you're also working like on a smaller scale, like trying to make it look like a cover on that scale, where you can see, like typically, like the way Helena's working, I say, like working larger is typical for doing an illustration piece. And they're doing lovely pieces. I feel like I just want to sit and watch them draw. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean, because I remember one time I gave Simon Bisley a sketch cover, and when I got it back, it looked like it had been through a rainstorm, because the way the paint holds on the paper, it's just so sometimes it can really be pretty bad. But yeah, those are definitely very popular right now. By the way, we have some guys in the chat room. If you guys have any questions that you want me to ask, I'm more than happy to do that for you. Just post them in the chat, and I'll keep an eye on that throughout the show. Gerald, let's go to you. Thanks for joining us. And you were telling me earlier, I think you're on the same time frame as Helena, so it's about 9 o'clock for you right now.
Yeah.
So thank you for being up late for us.
Well, thank you for hosting.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're taking a look at what you're working on there. And oh, yeah, this is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Red Sonja's all around, everybody.
Yeah.
gorgeous, right? Like,
This one is long time due. Thanks to the what we're doing right now just pushed me back to paper, because I didn't didn't draw on paper since, I would say, for a year or so.
Mhm.
So last time we were on convention.
So like Bologna in
Memories.
February.
Yes.
It seems like so long ago, doesn't it?
It's
What?
a
I
fucking
mean, it is
long time ago.
almost a year.
It's more than a year, actually, no?
Yeah.
Don't want to pull like a smartass, but I'm sorry, but it was in October or what?
No, Gerald, we were together like
Yeah.
February in Bologna.
yeah.
Oh, it was February. So,
Yes.
But it's
Okay.
still like 8 months
Searching
ago.
for
8
cigarettes.
months.
Oh, okay, chill.
Look at you, Phil.
Paper
Look at
messaging,
you.
Gerald.
Well, you see, it's because I miss you guys. So
Yeah.
I felt like it was a lifetime.
Time has no meaning right now.
Now, Gerald, what are you using to execute this piece, or what kind of markers are you using, and what's your preferred, if you're just doing a sketch for yourself, or if you're doing a private commission, what is your preferred tools
Well,
to use?
Sketch for myself would be this pen. I don't know if you see anything, but it's like pencils basically, because I really rarely sketch lately. But well, I started using these in convention. So I'm
Yes,
sorry, but
Uniposca.
Helena, so Posca, it's it goes everywhere. So I started to at
Yes,
during the first
show them,
confinement.
please sponsor us.
This
Have my life.
is the one I'm planning to use for the hair. You see this thing?
Yeah.
So it's a big thing. It's just I started using this while in confinement, and I don't know, customize objects, painting on I don't know, a baseball bat or shoes or whatnot. And turns out Posca is the funniest to use. And I've been trying that on paper today, and I actually like it. It's I don't know, the way it flows is so nice. So this is what I've been using today, but usually I use inks. These little guys I've been bringing everywhere, but the thing is, yeah, it's inks. Just when you travel with that, it might just paint your whole, everything that you have in your luggage.
Right.
Yes.
So
have you had that experience happen before?
yeah,
God.
last trip back from Bologna. But yeah, so this, I recommend so far.
Yeah. I think those are, Helena, those are the ones you were telling us about, the real expensive ones, right?
Are they?
For some reason, in Italy, they're super expensive to get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the quality that they give you, it's just amazing. So yeah. Gerald, now when did you get into all this? What was kind of the impetus for you to become, an artist in comics? Where did that start?
Oh wow, that's a big question. I was 5. No, basically, it's the first thing I read, without reading, actually, was comic books. So it's always been in the back of my head, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And drawing was not something I would ever think as a job ambition, but more a hobby. And it's just comic books and drawing is hobby thing. Turns out that's all I could do. So I better do something out of it. I was like damn lucky because I had like offers when I was like still in school, offers to start working in the comic book industry, like in France. So that's how like I basically finished my studies like working on my first comic book. But French comic book is quite different than the US one. Like you have more backgrounds to draw, bigger pages.
Yeah,
I'm-
it's more atmospheric. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like with the US comic books, like a lot more fun, I'd say. But I mean, I'm doing mostly covers, so what do I know? What do I know?
Yeah. I also want to remind people, if you guys are interested in perhaps picking up a piece of original art or a commission from any one of these three fine artists, you can go to kirbyscomicart.com for more information on them. And we want to say a big appreciation to them for helping us put this panel together today. It's great to have all three of you here.
Thank you.
We're getting some nice compliments in the chat. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us on Comic Art Live. And again, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to ask, I'm more than happy to ask those questions for you. So just post them there, and I'll keep an eye on the chat, and I'll make sure that I ask around. Helena, we're going to look back in on what you're doing here. We're going to make that screen big for you. Also, Bill Cox with Comic Art Fans, he's going to join us here a little bit later and say hi. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Wow, it's coming along great. Wow.
Yes.
The use of red.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hey, don't swear.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, it's that good. It's that good. You have to swear.
I never swear. I swear to God, I never swear. Just like when I see that, I'm like,
that's a high compliment that you would swear when you see the piece. It's like, oh my god.
He can't even lie. I mean, you just trust that man.
That's fantastic. By the way, who is it that made the choice about Red Sonja? Did you guys kind of come up with that yourselves, or did
It
somebody?
was Annabelle. She was
Thanks
like, the
God.
Red Sonja.
And I think because Gerald was going to work on that piece, so we all decided.
Oh yeah, it was all because of
I'm
Gerald.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thanks a lot, Gerald.
The annoying guy. Yeah, because it's like I'm so sorry to the person. I have to say, like, really sorry to the very patient person who ordered this piece, because like I didn't know there would be a confinement, you know. So I
It's
blame
like
it on the
2
confinement.
years overdue commission.
Yeah.
No, like actually a year and a month.
That's actually not that bad. I've heard of cases where people have been waiting like 10 or 11 years for a commission.
Wow.
So I mean, you know.
Don't tell me that.
No, don't. I'm not trying to give you any
Don't give him
ideas.
ideas.
So
Yeah.
that's okay.
So this is usually the part where I start to fuck it up. I'm sorry. Start to ruin it. So
Hello,
Yeah,
internet.
because this
How
is the
was it
first
in
time I
Battlestar
use this
Galactica?
tool.
Crack?
Wasn't Gerald just saying he never swears?
I
Never
swear,
swear,
I
I
never
swear to
swear. I mean, this is not my language, so when I speak English, it's like English. English.
Oh
is-
yeah, that's me too.
It's like I speak like movies or TV shows, so
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like I'm really swearing. If I was saying like French swearing, I would feel really bad. I'm
Oh no,
sorry.
I'm shit in all languages.
You're what?
I'm shit in all languages. Like
you
Italian,
say
just
shit?
shit. Portuguese, shit. I just don't know any. Like my brain is just like not
This might be
working
the-
like 90% of the time.
Well, I've
probably
just
the-
been told that everything's been shut down. Thanks, guys.
I mean, if we swear,
If we were
swear in
YouTubers, we
Italian,
would just
swearing
get
in Italian would
demonetized
be,
like right
would be
away.
all right.
Gerald.
Porco Dio.
Okay, so here's an interesting question for all three of you. Do you remember what your first comic book was?
Let's all answer that
The
one.
first comic book to read that kind of maybe got you excited.
Yes.
I do.
Yes,
But I won't
do.
be first this time.
Well,
Who wants to go first? Gerald?
no, I don't want to. No, sorry. Yes, of course. Well, it was the Iron Man by Josh Scott. It was like an episode where he is replaced by a friend of his that is a boxer, and that always dreamt to be like Iron Man. So it was like kind of a good break for Tony Stark. So Tony Stark could drink all he wants and stuff. And I remember this like particular. That was the first one I could read actually, with like reading, not just watching the picture, looking at the picture. And it was so much story and so much drama, and like I don't know. And this is the one I remember, the first one.
Yeah.
I read.
Casey, what about you?
Yeah, I remember my very first comic would have been. There was a couple around the same time, but the one that really stood out, like, because there was about two at once. I was maybe like 3, 4 years old, something like that. But it was the Rampaging Hulk magazine, and it was issue 11, I believe, the Jesco cover, and like it was just amazing, that giant magazine in your tiny hands, you know. And the Hulk, like, just stuck. Like the Hulk was just everything to me when I was a kid, and got me excited and got me drawing a lot. And
No, that didn't change.
no, that's still the same. But there's been a lot of comics over the years that have, you know, changed me and influenced me. Like something, like I was obsessed with the Hulk, so I kind of missed a lot of things. But my brother, my late older brother, had a little comic collection, but he was very selective and would just get the best stuff out there. So one of the first things I saw when I was young was like martial law.
Oh,
And
God.
Gerald's just been doing
Yeah.
amazing illustrations recently of these guys. I was trying
Yeah,
to tell him
my
that
God.
like martial law like was a big influence. Like, and I started drawing comics kind of based on martial law, even from like grade 4. So I was
What?
like 8, 9 years old, and I was drawing this character called Marshall DM, and I've lost all these now, but they were all done
No.
in pencil, stapled together, you know.
I thought you still had them. I wish you.
I've got
Because-
ones I did later. I did Marshall DM. I brought him back later on, but he was totally different. And then I did a comic called Q in high school, and I was selling those. I was making them, printing them, and selling them myself in high school. I wish I had them.
Maybe you can track those guys who bought it.
Helena, what about you?
I have no idea what martial art is. I mean,
Oh.
I'm just like that uncultured.
Babies, really.
Baby.
Yeah.
Baby and Jesus. Okay, so actually, my mother has a picture of me like being like a baby, like a 2 years old baby, just holding a comic like upside down, just like a Mickey Mouse comic, just like while I'm on the toilet, I'm holding this comic and just
So,
making like
She
the
took a
story
picture of you on the toilet.
Yes, that's very weird.
Oh, bad
But
parenting.
yeah, that was like the stuff I acted like I knew how to read. But that wasn't my like. This is me, by the way. This is me like. This is the representation of me talking. But that wasn't like the comic that like got me into comics. That was like Barry Windsor Smith, Lone Wolf,
Oh, nice.
and Wolverine. Just because of that is like my favorite character of them all. I
What,
have no
Wolverine?
idea how to speak like wine is acting up, and I'm
Are
sorry.
you talking about the Weapon X story that he did?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's terrific. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Have you
cheers.
seen the new project that he's coming out with?
Barry
No,
Windsor.
what?
It's
Yes.
an unpublished X-Men story, right?
It was a Hulk story,
Or Hulk story, yeah.
that changed, and now it's going to be this sort of monster book. It's this massive graphic novel he's been working on for 15 years or 30 years or something
Gerald, what are you
crazy.
doing, Jerry?
I want to
Yeah,
answer
it looks
Brian.
amazing.
Brian, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's cool to think we're going to get new Barry Windsor Smith art all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Ah,
I thought he
That's
was done.
amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
I remember like reading this like it was like published in a very small like pocket size in French. It's like Conan stories by Barry Windsor Smith, and I was like blown away like as a kid to see this like little thing. Like, the super
mean,
elegant inking
like
was like, crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a very important question from the chat room here. Brian Burns would like to know what sneakers is
Yeah, I know.
Gerald wearing,
Oh, so-
and are they Jordans?
but they're like LSEs.
Oh, look, there you go.
Wait, I can show you. I'll show you around just for fun.
Wait,
Oh, we're gonna get a studio
I'll show you
tour.
my
Okay.
shoes too. So
Studio visit. So
He's a
I don't know if you see.
sneaker fiend, sneakerhead.
it's my turn on shoes.
Oh my God!
It's just here because we don't have much room downstairs anymore.
This is an obsession. This is I've never seen
Wow.
anything like this.
I have to know, like, how many pairs do you think you have?
Like Jordans only. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
At some point you stop counting.
Okay, the focus of this panel has just shifted to sneakers. Wow, that is really something. Those look comfortable, though. I will say that.
Absolutely not. No,
They're
just
not-
kidding.
they're
They're
not
like very, very comfortable, but like confinement doesn't make them really useful, let's say.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Now, is everybody? Are you guys working from home, or are you in studios? Where are you right now? Is everybody working from home?
Yeah, home.
Right
yeah.
now, yeah.
Okay.
Right now,
I do have a
yes.
studio outside my home, like a proper studio in like the center of Milan, but lockdown, so home it is.
I know that sounds like no big deal to you, Helena, but to hear you say in the center of Milan to an American, that sounds so
Oh, yes,
exotic.
sorry.
Like that sounds like that's a dream vacation that you just
Yeah.
talked about.
Oh yeah, come to vacation to my studio.
If you're going to be confined anywhere, let it be Milan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I live in the outskirts of Milan, so it's like rivers and nature and bugs getting into my house. But yeah, sorry. I've
So
been
we
thinking
heard
the
about
whole
it.
night about
Yeah.
Just like I have ladybugs like living inside my windows. I have no idea why, and they just like get like in clusters, and they're disgusting for some reason. They're so nice and beautiful, like alone, like just one at a time, and then they get like just disgusting. Like 50 of them all together. Just no.
Well, I have the same problem with Jordans.
Yeah, but
and they just keep multiplying in the
They're having-
corner of the studio.
They're having baby sneakers.
They're having babies.
Yeah.
The babies.
Baby Jordan.
I am kind of curious. I mean, not to get too serious with this because we are having fun, but what is it like where you guys are? And we can each talk about this individually, but as far as with coronavirus being such a concern, how serious is it in your area to where, like, are you guys on strict lockdown? Do you get to get out much? Do you get to, see friends or anything like that? Like, how strict is it for you?
Oh no, like Italy just get like how do you say, divided by zones, like color
Yes.
zones.
Yeah.
I live in the like super dangerous red zone, so no getting out of the house, like no
Okay.
seeing friends, no getting anywhere, not leaving your town. Just like to get out of your house, you have to have like a document like stating you have a reason to get out. So it's like pretty stressful, and we just like to just stay home just to like avoid shit, just like that. But yeah, it's pretty stressful, and like a family member got sick, like she's in the hospital right now, so that's pretty stressful too.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, at least like our health system is free and is working, and right now it's like, I don't know, it's not collapsing yet, so all good.
Yeah. Gerald, what about you? How strict is it where you are?
Well, I think it's like it depends on how you see things, but I would say like most of the scene here is like clubbers, so like they felt like it was strict, but actually it's just the clubs are closed, so it's not that strict. That's also why we had a second confinement, because a lockdown, because they loosened the restrictions, something like 2 months ago, like everywhere else, I guess. But then it went back to big spread, and people were like demonstrating and everything against restrictions, which like I don't want to get too far in the topic because I might make enemies, but I think it's really silly when we actually care about your health. So
Yeah.
like right now it's like we're like back to like I wouldn't say minimum because shops are still open and stuff, but like of course bars and clubs and everything, it's like where people sweat a lot is closed. So
Yeah.
I guess
Gerald,
saunas as well.
No
real quickly, can you turn your piece to your right so that we can see? Yeah, there we go. Just want to give people in the chat a look there. Very, very cool. Coming along very, very nicely. Wow, that's great.
Lighting and use of blacks, like
Yeah, that's
crazy
great.
good.
Casey, what about you up in Toronto? What's it like right now in Toronto?
Well, I'm close. I'm about an hour from Toronto, so it's not so bad.
Okay.
Like Toronto's, there's pockets of Toronto that are pretty bad, and I kind of avoid Toronto if I can help it. And I've just basically been staying in. I think we're going on a new lockdown again for like 28 days or something. We're going to be kind of going backwards a little bit because our numbers are going up again.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Like there are people who just won't follow the rules and are gathering in groups and having secret parties and things like that. And
COVID parties.
and I mean, you could just drink online like this. I mean, you don't need to, right?
Exactly.
It's the same.
do
It's
this
the
more often.
exact same.
Exactly.
Wow.
Just no touching and sharing of
Oh, that's the wow.
particulates.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I'm in Dallas, Texas, and Texas has been really, really bad. I mean,
I've
like
heard, yeah.
they've got like I can go right up the street and there are restaurants you can eat in, and like they're just not taking precautions, and
Like the masks.
cases are spreading like crazy. So yeah, I'm trying to just stay at home and not go anywhere if I can help it. But
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart.
Yeah. Well, because we're entering, we're here in America, we're probably going to go on a big lockdown very soon. So
Yeah.
I think people need to take this much more seriously. But yes, that's a very serious topic. I apologize. I didn't mean to bring it down.
No, it's good.
I was
We
just
should
curious
talk about
because
it.
of where you guys are at. You're all in different areas, and I thought it would be interesting to find out about that. So
Yeah.
Ben 2019 in the chat room wanted to say hi to everybody. He says, "Bonjour, Gerald. Hello, Casey." And now I'm really going to screw this up. Is this buongiorno, Helena? Is that what you're? I think that's what he said.
In Italy, they say buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
I'm actually mixed,
Buongiorno.
like mixed. Like I'm half Italian, half Brazilian, and full cop. So
Sorry, I'm the
that's
only
the
one who got the joke or something.
Whoa.
What,
I got the joke.
what? Anyway, Ben 2019. Hi to you as well. He is in France, I believe. So
Bonjour.
Hello. Thanks for
That's great.
watching.
It's awesome. We got people watching from all over the world. That's fantastic. Once again, I do want to throw a shout out to Kirby's Comic Art. If you go to kirbyscomicart.com, you can find out more information about these three. If you're interested in purchasing a piece of art or getting a commission or something to that effect, kirbyscomicart.com is the place to go. And again, if you guys have questions in the chat room, I'm more than happy to ask them. Or if you just want to say hi, you can post that as well, and I'll be happy to pass that along to everybody here.
I say hi to Ingrid. She's part of the team as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she's a baby.
No
What?
Funko.
Love it so much.
Brian is asking about my collections. Jesus.
Oh, he wants to see your
shoes?
Funko Pops.
I sent them all to John Lamb. It's like because I know he loves them even more than I do.
After seeing the sneakers, I'm imagining that like each corner of Gerald's studio just has an enormous amount of like one thing in it.
Okay,
Just shoes.
you guys just want to see it.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
So
Gerald, let's make Gerald
break.
big on the screen again.
Just try to see where I'm going.
Hang
Because
on
I'm
a
like
second.
you're gonna freak out.
Gerald
Okay.
just moved.
Oh
to
yeah,
this
that's the
place.
new apartment.
Yeah, he just moved there
How's
like
he going?
during COVID.
So yeah. So here's this my Christmas tree. I don't know if you see it.
Babies.
Couple Optimus
But
Primes.
maybe-
Oh, look at all these Optimuses. Oh, that's great.
But yeah, I mean, it's mainly this guy. I don't know
Why?
because
I mean, that's just like
he never walks.
theory
He
that
never
you're
never
just
runs.
a corner full of one thing.
He got the touch. What can I say?
Grazie.
That's impressive, Gerald.
It's
I have
just like
salami.
you have salami.
I've
Oh,
been
look.
gifted food.
It just comes like that.
Just appears.
Yeah, Italy
have-
just
I
like
have
that.
bread
Just
salad.
wine and salami just out of like the void.
Now, Casey, you're adding in some color there. What are you using right now?
I'm trying to. I'm using these acrylic inks,
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
and they're not really adhering to this paper. This is kind of what we were talking about. So
Yeah.
Mr.
I'm actually going to
Fancy.
coat it and layer. But yeah, like I have Poscas too, but like we only started getting Poscas here a few years ago, maybe at most. Only started seeing them maybe in the last 3 years. I haven't used them too much, but I'd like to. I use all kinds of stuff. So
I'm going to butcher this name, but Khalifi Salah from, he says, salute from Tunisia, North Africa for you all.
oh wow,
So
Oh.
thank you so
Hey.
much. Thank you for watching us all the way from North Africa. That's very
North
great.
Africa.
Yeah.
Which is
Fantastic.
like super near from me.
People
Wow.
from all over the world.
Yeah, even from Romania. Jesus.
Yeah.
I have my friend Claudio here. I want to tell him, hardly working or working hard.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
We do have a
Sorry.
question. Casey, we have a question for you.
Oh
Kyle
I mean, I think I'm over.
Kyle R2202 would like
yes, I know
to
Kyle.
Casey, next to Hulk, who's your favorite character from the big two?
From the big two. Okay.
What is a big two?
Marvel and
Marvel and
DC?
DC.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Geez, that's a good question. What if I said Sandman?
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my
Wait
answer for
a
today.
minute.
That
Wait a
may
minute.
change.
Sandman from Spider-Man or Sandman from Neil Gaiman's Sandman?
Well,
Party
come on.
pooper.
Obviously, the Spider-Man villain. No, yeah. I mean, maybe that's unfair to go into the Vertigo kind of books, but I guess like it probably would be Batman. Maybe that just, I almost feel like wrong saying that. Like it's so common and popular and mainstream, but he's fun to draw and he's fun to read about. And I just thought that it was like a regular guy that was just kind of like honed to perfection, and you know, as opposed to Superman just kind of being born with every gift under the sun. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. It's a tough question. Only the Hulk matters.
You know what? That's
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting question we can apply to everybody. Let's go around the room. Helena, what's your favorite comic book character?
No.
yeah, it's Wolverine.
Wolverine. Okay.
Nice.
No,
And he's
it's fast.
Canadian.
Wow. Look at
He's
that.
Canadian, yes.
Yeah.
I love Canadians. You know
I
that.
should have picked him. No, I changed my answer.
Casey, you're not being true to yourself. Come on. And Gerald, what about yourself?
So we're talking about like the big two
Sure.
or any comic book character.
I get any comic book.
Well, then I would say Judge Dredd.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
I had too much fun reading Judge Dredd. I was just like, and I was reading it like side to the Spider-Man and Iron Man, which like Iron Man was like probably my real favorite, like from when I was younger, even younger. But like Judge Dredd was just like so different, like so I don't know, and so like, also like graphically I sunk into it, like this like Brian Boland, like sharp, like inking was so like out of this world for me. It was just really like everything was appealing to me, like the weird like a sci-fi character, cop, moto cop, like sort of a Mad Max that like with no purpose, and like this like insane graphics like just blew my mind. So this was like the character I probably drew the most when I was younger.
Just admit it that you like cops.
I have a thing.
Yeah, martial law, Dutch Red, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the correction thing
The law.
and the leather.
Yeah.
The law and the leather.
Leather.
I'm going to take that question. I'm going to take that question and I'm going to morph it into a different question that's kind of still applicable to that. For each of you, who would you say is probably your favorite in terms of the, not necessarily old school, it could be new guys too, but like who's your favorite comic artist that has been like the biggest influence for you?
Casey.
Casey.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's obviously true. I got him started in the, like say, influenced Gerald and got him into or am I starting first? Is that...
Yeah, Casey, let's start with you.
Oh, wow.
And this is even harder for you because you actually ran a comic book store, so it's really hard for you to nail down like one artist, I bet.
It is really hard to nail down because you kind of glean things from all kinds of people over time.
Sure. If you want to pick a couple, that's cool.
Like I love the old school guys and the painters, you know, like Frazetta and John Bolton and
John Bolton.
I mean, there's going to be names that escape me. And I love Mobius. I love the old school, like creepy and eerie guys like Al Williamson and Greg Morrow and
Nice.
yeah, there's so many. There's so many. It's hard to narrow that down. Bill Sienkiewicz is a massive influence on me right now. And yeah, there's like a few guys in the like Jason Sean Alexander's a big influence. So these are current guys.
Jason Chan?
Jason Sean Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was working on Spawn and did you'd actually love his oh my god, why is the name escaping me now? This is drinking that they got me doing.
Excuses.
by the way, like right as I asked that question, Khalifi Salah in North Africa asked pretty much the exact same question. So
yeah,
we were thinking we're on the same wavelength, Khalifi. We appreciate that. Yeah.
Like Jason's doing Philadelphia right now, and he did.
We should note Jason Alexander, not to be confused with George from Seinfeld.
Right.
Not the same guy. Not the same guy. But yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, he has a different middle
His
name.
stuff's really interesting.
Yeah, he's like amazing horror stuff, monster stuff. It's just he does like giant pieces, and there's a right behind me. If I change my camera, right behind me on the wall, I've got one of the Spawn pages. It's kind of like
okay. Let's see if we can make.
I could maybe bring it in closer.
Yeah. All right, we got you big on the screen now.
Yeah, just give me a sec here.
Oh, and we are now joined by Bill Cox of ComicArtFans.com.
Yeah, I had a few minutes. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hi.
Oh, look at that. That's great.
Oh, wow.
Super.
Violator down there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a terrific page.
I couldn't even get a top loader like big enough for this thing.
That's great.
I got to like frame it. I've like these walls are bare because I'm planning on, putting a bunch of framed original art up. Just haven't got around to that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's that piece to your right, Casey? The piece that's in the frame.
That's actually George Pratt.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've got. So that was a life drawing of his, and I've got one in front of me by Bill Sienkiewicz of the same model. I'll take that. I'll show you. This is pretty awesome. This is like a prized possession. So it's a original Bill Sienkiewicz. I know it's really hard to see, and it's awful in this light and everything.
No, that's great.
Nothing on the computer. So same model. So this is from, I went to got these last year. I went to Kansas. I better frame this up later. Yeah, there's the Illustration Academy down in Kansas City, in Missouri. A wonderful, wonderful academy, and just an amazing group of people. And George is there. Phil goes there for about a week usually. Legendary artists like Vanessa Del Rey, who's another comic artist.
I love her songs.
Like tons of awesome people, like just amazing, top-notch illustrators. Brent Watkinson, Gary Kelly, there's Sterling Hunley. Got to meet the late Mark English, who was like a legend. He was like kind of like a Norman Rockwell type of guy. Like,
Yeah.
was very, very fortunate to go there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. So these pieces, I just like they gave away at the end of the month. Like it was a month closed in June, and you kind of stay in these dorms, and everyone's just together in this room. You can go up and ask questions and talk to them. I recommend anyone checking it, like just check it out. Like they're still doing online stuff and free, like life drawing for people. Visual art passage is the life drawing stuff. But it's the Illustration Academy out of Kansas. Anyone looking to get into comics or illustration at all, it's a great place to learn and just hone your skills. There's all different courses. Very, very awesome people.
It's fantastic.
That's my
By the way, guys, we're joined by Bill Cox of ComicArtFans.com. Hey, Bill.
Hey,
Oh,
sorry.
well.
I am multitasking today.
Hey, Bill.
How's everybody doing? Hey, a huge shout out to everybody at Kirby's and especially Annabelle for being so gracious to have you guys be in a panel with us today, and David Mack and Zoo tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And yeah, Annabelle's been fantastic as far as just sharing her time with me and giving me some thoughts on the show leading up to it. So it's really been a pleasure working with her. She's been fantastic. But
She's great.
yeah,
She's amazing. She's incredible.
Yes, thank you, Annabelle, for setting this up too, or being part of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I should be here.
And if you guys want more information about any of these artists, you can see that at kirbyscomicart.com. Bill, how are we doing on time? We still got a few minutes, right?
Oh yeah, we still got another 10 minutes for you guys. I've got to go prep the other panel because my assistant in the production studio had to step out for an hour. So I'm going to go move over and get the other panel set up. But you guys continue, and I'll pop back in when it's time to turn the feed off. But thanks again. I really appreciate everybody.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so we were answering the question of favorite comic book artist, and this could be, it doesn't have to just be one person. Gerald, let's go to you next, and then we'll end with Helena and see what her favorites are.
Oh, well, I have plenty. So I don't know. It changes all the time, but like when I was
I
younger,
forgot the question. What?
like, what is your favorite comic book artist?
Oh, okay.
But I started answering, so I'm sorry. But
Hey.
should I keep on? Or...
No, go. You're good.
So when I was a kid, so like basically like the British invasion, like as you guys call it, I think. I mean, before that, I had like my George Tuska was my big idol, and also like John Buscema. If I say it right, I don't know. Buscema.
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Buscema. And also like Jack Kirby. Nothing to do with Annabelle, by the way. And later on, like the British invasion, but also like all the mangas, and like so like I was really into Akira when it was published, like
Yes.
in the 90s. So like I was reading like everything from 2080. So like and so like Simon Bisley, like Brian Boland, and I'd say Akira Toriyama. It's like a big jump, but all of these guys are so, I don't know, they had something different from the others. So I would say that's why I was like just like drawn into their things. But now I don't know. That's like I've been following Sean Gordon Murphy as well. I really love his style. I don't know. I read less comic books, I have to say. and I'm less into like comic book art than I used to be. But these are the guys that really like. I was really like trying to understand how they could do this. That's my answer.
That's
Helena,
fantastic.
you can
Helena,
talk.
what about
Is that
yourself?
fun? Okay, so I have
Hey.
to answer that. Well, that's hard. I'm sorry. I mean,
Oh yeah,
right?
I give you a hint. I forgot, like the Italian artist, like
One
Nicola
Italian
Mari,
artist,
Nicola Mari, and Sergio Toppi.
just like the Italian artist.
Toby, yeah,
Forget
Toby's
it.
great.
I just have to say it.
By the way, we should mention Helena is. Are you starting on a second piece?
Yes.
You are kicking
because
everybody's butt here.
What the? I
How
didn't
dare
say
you?
I'm young and I'm fast.
it.
Yeah, well, enjoy it now.
It's not gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have to run. Like, do. Just like
This is the
newbies.
sound of running.
This is my. This is me running. Just like do.
Well, I tell you what, Helena, if you wouldn't mind, can we see the piece that you finished before this? Can we see that real quick?
Sorry, I have sounds.
That's fantastic.
Like,
Awesome.
Very good.
Very, very cool.
I hate you.
I quit.
Everybody else like, what?
Dropping the mic.
Quit.
I think it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that it looks like you're going to you're doing the color part first. Is that how you normally work? Like the deep color part of it.
I mean, I don't have like just like one way I work. I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I'm doing. That's what I wanted to say.
So let's see. We have a couple of things in the chat here. Helena for the win. Ben 2019 wants to say Helena for the win. It's not a contest. We're just enjoying the moment.
Of course, it does contest. I mean, everything is a contest.
The
and I'm
winner
winning.
says that. The winner says, oh, "Of course, it's no contest."
Of course, it's a
see.
contest.
Let's see. Bootlegging is a habit. I love that username. Says I have 2 commissions from Helena, and it's great work. So there you go. Sandy Guy.
So I'm winning.
Yeah, he's winning. Sandy Guy says, "Is that Parel Red Sonja for sale?" I think I can answer that. That is a long overdue commission.
Yes.
So no, you cannot have that.
But
Sorry.
mine is. So.
But Helena's is. So yes, if you're interested, go to Kirby'sComicArt.com and you can find out about that.
So you still win, huh?
And then let's see. Khalifi Salah says, "Drawing from imagination. What you think, guys?" I think he's asking, do you draw based on what comes up in your imagination? I just want to make sure I'm asking that question correctly, Khalifi. Are you asking if they're drawing from their imagination or if they're drawing from like reference? Is that what you're asking? I think
this is the common question. Is like that's what
Why
it means
is my
usually.
robot arm not collaborating?
See, Helena got cocky and now her robot arm is failing her.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, you're winning. I'm going.
It's like celebrating too early. Yeah?
The bugs.
Well, in my case, no reference.
How fast he's going! Oh my god! All right, so Helena, let's go back to the question real quick. So, who are your favorite comic artist influences?
Okay, so right now, I mean, for like the last 4 years, it has been a French guy, not Gerald. It's Stéphane Levallois. He's great. He's like super. I love him so much. And he doesn't reply me messages, so I kind of hate him too.
What's his name?
I mean, I want a piece from him and I want a commission from him, and he doesn't reply, so I hate him. But I love him, but I hate him. And him and like that guys, like dead Italians. Not because they're dead, but because they're great. Just
Which
like Dino Battaglia and guys like that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, that's a hard question, and it changes over time. Like I don't know. Like
Well, let me ask.
like,
Okay, let me ask you this: like, as far as like the current guys that are working, is there someone that's really wowing you that you see that you're like, wow, that guy's doing some really interesting stuff, or that girl's doing some amazing stuff? Is there somebody that's currently working in the industry today that really is
Okay,
impressive?
so someone alive. Okay, that's like, okay, that helps a bit. I mean, but I still have no answer.
Oh,
Jean Alexander is great. Like, I really like his stuff, and I'm really loving like Grandel Kentucky from what's his name? Tyler Edward. What? I don't remember his name.
Tommy Lee
sorry.
Edwards.
I remember the art. I don't remember names. That's
Yeah.
like,
smart.
I know I'm awful.
Okay, so Khalifi
Wait.
Salad is
Okay,
he's
Tommy Lee Edwards. That's the name. I just had to.
Oh yes,
Check it out.
awesome.
so Khalifi
He's
Salad
great.
he's explaining what he was trying to ask. He means working from either, I guess, from memory or using reference. Like, do you use reference when you work, or do you just work from memory? Is what he's asking.
Mostly from memory, but if I need a reference, I just go and look it up. I mean, comics often needs reference because posing and people doing stuff. So there are some movements that you can't possibly just like go from imagination. But I mean, for illustration, it's mostly just fuck it up until you make it.
That's about right.
Very nice. Okay, I think we're almost done. We're getting to the point where we're almost done. So let me just double check here. Yeah, we gotta kind of wind it up here. So I tell you what, guys, let's take a quick look at what you've been working on. Helena, we just saw your piece, but if you wouldn't mind showing it one more time, we'll start with Helena. Okay, so this is the first piece Helena did.
Yes.
She's now on her second piece, but if you guys want to get a look at that, can we make that full screen, guys? Let's. I think Bill is running the back end here, so yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Okay, so there's Helena's piece. Fantastic.
How dare you?
Very well done.
Jesus.
And Casey, let's go to Casey and see what we got.
I mean, I've
there.
barely started. I don't know. Working in slow motion.
No, that's great.
Colors,
That's
colors
cool.
are
Wow.
so bad on the screen.
It's better in real
It's
Look
really
at the
good.
background. I mean, I got to
Also good.
shade and do all kinds of things yet. I appreciate the nice encouragement there.
Kind of a Frank
Hey.
Thorne thing going on there. And then
The-
Gerald, if you wouldn't mind holding yours up for us real quick?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. There we go. Fantastic.
Oh, better.
That's great. Guys, this is
Amazing.
so much fun. And again, all of you guys that are listening in the chat, if you want to find out more information about any of these three fantastic artists, you can go to kirbyscomicart.com for info on that. But I think at this time, we're going to wrap it up so we can get ready for the next panel. So, Helena Masellis, I want to say a very big thank you to you.
Thank you.
We can switch back to the quad screen. There we go.
I'm
Okay.
trying.
What you
Keith
want.
Parsons, thank you to you.
Thank you, Mark. Nice to meet
And
you.
Gerald Parel, thank you so much. I think there's some
Thank
sneakers
you,
waiting
guys.
for you outside your apartment.
I'm gonna
Guys,
catch
thank you
them.
so much. It's been a great pleasure. And for everybody that's watching, thank you for joining us on Comic Art Live. Stay tuned for our next panel. We've got plenty more to come. Big thank you to kirbyscomicart.com. Please visit them for more information. Guys, thank you so much. Great
Thank
to
you,
see
everyone.
you. Cheers to everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.